Hello and welcome to the Box Office Buddies podcast. My name is Dan. I'm joined by Jonathan
Hello.
and Grug.
Hello.
Let's jump right into the box office, shall we? So, number 10 this weekend, we have Obsession, which pretty sure it's like its 11th week in the top 10. 1.55 million, down 35%. 261.41 million domestic, 197.23 million international, for an incredible 458.64 million worldwide. 750k budget required for 15. I mean, it's insane.
Probably the last weekend we're seeing it here.
Maybe.
Yeesh. It's probably gonna like push to 475, and that'll be about it. Very good run.
Number 9 is IFC's Motor City with a 1.69 million domestic opening weekend. It's got 5,000 international, bringing the worldwide total to about 1. So this played in 1,600 theaters, had like a little over 1,000 per theater average. Now, important to note, this was a screen unseen pick, so that does have some factor into the opening weekend. But this was the movie they played as like a Mystery Monday screening for a lot of chains.
It's always nice to see that fake movies are still being made.
I was gonna go see this weekend, and I just didn't get around to it, but I'll probably see it tomorrow. As of recording this, this is more than I was expecting. I'm gonna be honest. I was kind of expecting it wouldn't even make the top 10.
barely above Obsession's 11th weekend.
Yeah, I was gonna try to see like how this fares in terms of like other IFC movies. It's like nowhere near some of the better openings they've had, so not really worth mentioning there.
It's a movie, it's in cinemas. That's about as far as we're gonna go. We kind of have fuck all to say about it, unfortunately.
Alrighty, at number 8, we have Young Sloppington. Of course, made 1.9 million this weekend, down 47% from last weekend. I wish it would go away. It's made 44.88 million domestically so far, and then 12.7k internationally, with a worldwide total of 44.89 million. This is on a $20 million budget. Please shut down HL Studios. Please. Very please.
Yeah, you're probably gonna see it next week. So
No, it's petering out though. It's
all things considered, decent result though. It's not amazing. It's not as good as I think they were thinking it was gonna be.
No, they were 100% expecting like Sound of Freedom levels, I bet.
no, 1776 is gonna do those numbers again, obviously.
Even to 251st anniversary.
Yeah, they kind of screwed this up.
Number 7 though is a good movie, The Invite.
Yes, very good movie.
2.64 million, down 25%. At 19.82 million domestic, it's smooching that 20 million mark. It's going to be there soon. 8.53 million international for a 28.34 million worldwide haul. The rights were acquired domestically, I think, well, domestically North America for just over 12 million. It's a decent result, I think. It's nothing mind-blowing, but it's okay.
Yeah, I don't think they're upset by this.
It should make enough money, especially with ancillary markets still to come.
It's holding well. It's not like big, massive sleeper hit, but like it's doing for itself.
And if you have the chance to see it, you should definitely see it.
Evil Dead Burn, $2.8 million. That's a 41% drop, bringing the domestic total to 29.8, and the international is at 35 mil. Worldwide total, we're looking at $64.37 million on a $20 million budget. It's fine. It's a little more than fine, honestly.
Technically 3x now.
I'm just saying I think they definitely expected.
It's disappointing, but it's fine. That is the main takeaway, yeah.
It's gonna finish a little lower than 2013's, definitely.
Well, actually, if you adjust for inflation.
Never mind then. Never mind.
No, there are some people who do the box office like that, who don't want to have any fun.
Well, they're Neanderthals.
I think we've learned that summer is not a good release date for Evil Dead. They keep trying, I think, big horrors in July, and it occasionally works. I remember it worked very well for Insidious: The Red Door, of all things, but didn't really work out amazingly for I Know What You Did Last Summer last year. It's not really great for this one either. It's fine. It's cheap enough to where it's not going to be an issue.
Alrighty, number 5 is Minions and Monsters, a movie that probably should have been called Minions at the Movies. It made 9.75 million this weekend, down 28% from last weekend. So far, it has made 155.54 million domestic, 258.73 million internationally, and 414.27 million worldwide. This is all on an $85 million budget.
The result, I mean, if you look at the pure numbers, pretty good.
It's just the potential.
It's just when you compare it to the other Minions movies and the Despicable Me movies, it's kind of it makes you think.
I think this was truly just like too much competition, like all around it.
I think it also might be a little bit of burnout.
That's number 4 at Toy Story 5. 10.16 million, down 26%. A very good drop. 448.72 million domestic, 575.21 million international, for a grand total of $1.02 billion. And that makes it the third billion-dollar movie of the year. And it's a 275 for the budget, so it's like well over 3x now, which is very respectable.
A Toy Story 6 is definitely on its way. Would not be surprised if that's in like active development.
So shocked this made $1 billion.
It's like the previous two definitely haven't made that much.
So I assume this is gonna make it to like 1.1, and it'll be the highest grossing Toy Story movie.
Yeah.
Of the 3 family movies that came out in like week after week, it is the winner.
Easily. Like it's not even a competition. Yes. Number 3, making way more than I could have possibly predicted. We have got Hadestown the musical, $10.24 million. That's the opening weekend, and that's the total because it was just domestic. That was in nearly 2,000 theaters, just under, with a 5,256 per theater average. In comparison, Hamilton's opening weekend last year, granted, it had been on streaming for years before then, so it was essentially a re-release, but Hamilton last year's opening weekend was around 10.11 million. So this is a little higher than that. This is Bleecker Street's like biggest opening ever, beating 2017's Lucky, which had a $7.7 million opening weekend. Yeah, wow. This kind of came out of nowhere.
I wonder if he'll get more Pro Shot movies.
Like Hamilton's supposed to be like the musical. Like it's like probably the most popular musical in this century. And this made a little bit more if Hamilton was a re-release. I didn't really know anything about this. So I did see this Thursday night. I really like it. It does take a little getting used to, at least for me it did, but really eases its way through. I think release perfect timing because it also kind of reframes Greek mythology, the setting of like the American South, which is very interesting. Yeah, having that Greek mythology angle, that may have been just the smartest thing they could have done was to put it the weekend after the Odyssey. And this just came out of fucking nowhere and took number 3. It's really cool. I mean, we were predicting this would make the top 5, but I don't think anyone was expecting this much.
Yeah, some idiot put it at 4.4. Can't believe what type of idiot would do that. That idiot was me, by the way, for anyone who's wondering.
At number 2, we have Moana, which released 10 years ago. It made 10.64 million, down 41% from last weekend. That's not enough of a drop. Domestically, it made 102.61 million, and internationally, it made 126.9 million, for a worldwide total of 229.52 million. Look at that! It's it's 20 million away from its budget of 250 million.
This is one of the most delicious runs to follow. It's performing normally. It's just the fucking budget is so high. They have no chance of making that.
This and Odyssey have the same damn budget, and they aren't even comparable in visual department.
They same budget, and also like compare the total gross of the Odyssey in its second weekend to this 3 weekends in. It is like insane.
Okay, but one thing, shout out to number one hit pick fan. He shared his guess to the server. He's got a perfect guess.
The Odyssey, it's a number one. Open to 90.02. Oh wait, it's not its opening weekend. Is its fucking second weekend is down 27% at 90.02, which is 7.5 million higher than Oppenheimer opened to. I'll say that again. That is $7.5 million more than Oppenheimer opened to in 2023. What the hell? So with this 27% drop, it should be noted that pure weekend to weekend is actually just under 15%. Because last weekend had $17.6 million of previews plugged into that weekend. It's a very good drop. And then you have the domestic total, which is 289.39 million, which is incredible. It's basically like 7 million less than what Top Gun Maverick was at. Top Gun fucking Maverick that made $700 million. Now, this isn't going to make that because it does have Spider-Man on the horizon. You know, it's good. It's not going to be that good. It's still very, very impressive, though.
Oh, it's cruising past $1 billion.
Yes, because it's international this weekend. It's at 362.63. Yeah, by the way, in the last week, it made $375 million, pushing that in there. It's at 652.03 million worldwide. Fucking insane. And it's a $250 million budget. It's already like 100 million away from tripling it. And it's already outgrossed Dunkirk. It'll pass Interstellar next week. And then at Inception. If not next week, it'll be like a few days after. Even with Spider-Man like absolutely destroying cinemas. He's not going to get the IMAXs though.
This movie would absolutely rule August if it weren't for Spider-Man.
Yeah, and like it probably will still like do incredibly well during August.
I think we're gonna be seeing both of these like in the top 5. Like
nearly the top 2 as well, to be fair.
We may see the Odyssey like dip out in the last, but like even still, I can see it still making it. Like
those were the movies of the top 10. Grug, what is your movie this week?
My movie is the technically newly released, but forever leaked movie, Avatar Aang, The Last Airbender. Just for context, I am a pretty big fan of Avatar: The Last Airbender. It is like in my top 5 favorite TV shows of all time. I think it is probably the best like American, at least like children's cartoon, right next to Gravity Falls. Yeah, I love that show a lot. So I was pretty excited, at least for this movie. I would have liked to see it in theaters, but of course, Paramount is just evil. But I will say, unfortunately, while I do think it is a good movie, I am kind of disappointed. I'll start with positives. The animation is like fucking incredible. I really wish you could have seen this in a movie theater. This is movie theater quality. This feels like the perfect like leap from the original show. Just so many like really well animated shots, especially as it gets more towards like the final battle. It's just incredibly well animated. The problem I have with it is aside from like I can say the animation is just basically perfect. Everything else kind of just about the movie I feel like has a big like caveat to it. For example, the voice acting, some of it's good, some of it is not. It is like it's kind of embarrassing to say the best actor in the movie is the celebrity voice actor. Like Dave Bautista kind of steals the show. He is really fucking good in this. I really like. I mean, obviously, I believe it. He's just a really good actor, but like, I mean, better than like the voice actors. It's like, has Dave Bautista even like voice acted that much? I can't even remember if he has. But a lot of the other voice acting is like mixed. I think mainly Aang, like Katara, Sokka. Like most of the main ones sound fine. The standout kind of the standout mostly because I don't really think he's trying that much is Stephen Yeun as Zuko. He just sounds like Mark from Invincible. If you've seen Invincible, you're not separating him from just Mark. That is just Mark. That is like you're not separating him. The story, there's a lot of good things I can at least say about the story. I like they take some plot lines from the show, mainly about like Aang's guilt with like the airbenders basically all being wiped out and him not really being able to help it. I think they take that in a really good direction. I think that's like the main thing. The problem is, I wouldn't even say the problem really is just kind of the main villain. He isn't even a bad villain, but it's just like he's related to possibly like the most tropey part of the entire movie, which is like a plot twist. I'm not really going to say what happens, but it's like the second you meet this character, you just know, oh, that's the bad guy. You're gonna know just off rip. It's like it was honestly like watching it. It was kind of to like an annoying degree. I would compare it to obviously something. It's a twist that is like almost fully a trope. You've seen it before, done better in like Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. That movie. I mean the twist is like pretty decently well done, but I think what more that movie has going for it is the like full ramifications of what happens with that twist and like what the character did. And it's just like, oh my god. Versus this, you can kind of just immediately tell where it's going and what this character is going to do, and it's not really that surprising. I think that is overall just another problem. There's just like it's a lot of anime movie tropes. A lot of the dialogue is like super clunky. There's a lot of moments of just exposition. So the comedy is just not good, which is a kind of sucks because like comedy in the original show is like top tier. I think that show is like just really funny at times, and this just feels like it's just not. Especially like Sokka is like most of his jokes just like suck. Been complaining a lot about it, but I do think the movie is overall good. I think if you're definitely an Avatar fan like me, you're still gonna like enjoy it at least. It's really just not the heavy hitter that you would expect, though. Especially being like this is the first new piece of media, at least in like TV/movie form, since the original show with like these original characters. Because obviously, there's been like live action adaptations, the Legend of Korra, which is like I mean, that show's fine, but you don't really match the original show. I think that's just the biggest problem with the whole Avatar Last Airbender franchise. It's just like none of them are just as good as that original show. It's just kind of just been lightning in a bottle. Like again, I think Korra is decent and this movie's like pretty good, but it's just like nothing's gonna hit like that original show. It's still better than the Last Airbender though. M. Night Last Airbender. Well, one last thing I also do want to say. I am really disappointed that this wasn't released in theaters, and I absolutely do hate Paramount. But I will play little devil's advocate. I don't know if this would have really made money because this is a really popular show, obviously, but I don't think it's enough to support like a big movie release. Like, yeah, a lot of people have been like waiting for something like this with like these original characters and this like new adventure, but I don't think even at like the highest popularity, I'm not sure it would have been enough to like get a full like a good box office run, which is why I think Paramount didn't do it. But I mean, I think really what they should have done originally, I still blame Paramount because like what they really should have done is just not even plan this for a theatrical release instead of like doing like, oh, we're not releasing this in theaters, and then still not releasing it in theaters when I feel like the only way you're going to get people to watch it now after it got leaked was to like maybe put it in like a small amount of theaters, which I think it could have at least done something. Because like now the problem is since it leaked, a lot of people have watched it, so now a lot of people are watching it on Paramount Plus, and they just kind of dumped it, which is like sad. I don't imagine you two have anything to say about it because I don't think you haven't watched the original show.
No, I haven't seen it.
I did watch this with Faceless, even though he hadn't seen the original show.
At least it's out now.
It's good. It's just like I was expecting more.
Jonathan, do you want to go next?
I guess I'll just say this because I spent a significant amount of time of my last week trying to get to this. So I had watched the entire Neon Genesis Evangelion to watch the movie Evangelion in theaters, and I was kind of hoping I could talk about that because that is a masterpiece. However, I don't really know what I can say. That's the thing. I'll tell you this: a lot to say about a different movie though that Grug and I watched called The Bread, starring Nate Bargatze. Yeah, I finally watched this movie, and this movie dropped straight out of. It's about Nate Bargatze. He plays a character named Wilcox. Couldn't even. They're like he's just Nate. You can't say he's anyone but Nate. All right, so his wife is a stay-at-home mom. He is a chud who works at a car dealership. He's the top employee to the point that like he's well known in I think Nashville. I think that's when it takes place. Where it takes place, Nashville.
I don't remember where it takes place, but yeah, he has like billboards dedicated to him. So like,
Billboards. They're just saying like the number one salesman at Toyota. So yeah, he works at the car dealership. However, his wife invents this fucking like device that reminds kids about their chores or something. Like it's like I don't really know what it is. They barely show it. It's called the Star Minder. Anyway, she goes on Shark Tank. She gets a deal. So she has to travel to South Korea to get this business off the ground.
there's also a weird scene where like Kevin O'Leary, he's there and he just says like, "I'm a vampire from 1601."
That does not happen in the movie. That's from a different movie.
No, it happens in the Breadwinner. Trust.
So Nate has to engage in the horror of being a stay-at-home dad for 2 weeks. There's just one major problem. This guy doesn't know how to do anything. He doesn't know how to wash clothes. He doesn't know where his kids' fucking schools are.
He doesn't know where anything is in the house.
This is where the movie just kind of loses me. It becomes, well, loses me in one way and kind of draws me in the other because I think it's kind of unintentionally funny. Its actual attempts at humor are not amazing. There's like a handful of jokes that actually do work. The majority of attempts at humor kind of fall flat.
Again, we said this during the movie. There's like the biggest thing is just like almost every side character is just funnier than Nate is.
Kumail Nanjiani is his rival at the car dealership. He's way funnier. Will Forte's this guy who he hires to fix the roof. He's funnier. Martin Harley of Please Don't Destroy plays this DoorDash driver who just keeps giving him food because this guy doesn't know how to fucking cook. He's funnier.
Even his dad is like funnier than him.
His dad's funnier, yes. Colin Jost plays like another stay-at-home dad. He's funnier. Like everyone's funnier than the main character. There are things about this premise. I think they needed to either dial down the absurdity or dial it up. One of the two. It's in this very weird in between where like Nate Bargatze is just so stupid. It's unbelievable. But the world around him is not ridiculous, like it's normal. If the world around him, so we were We watched Bottoms the week before. We were kind of comparing this movie's atmosphere to that one, even though, like, obviously completely different audience. But Bottoms atmosphere is on this altered plane of reality. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't feel right. Like, if the Breadwinner had a setting that, I feel like it would have worked a little better.
Also, I'm gonna be real. Can Nate Bargatze really play a character like this? Like, like the whole movie, we kept on saying like it would have been so much better if like someone like Tim Robinson played the role. Which I think the movie would shoot up by like an entire star. It's like every single one of his scenes would just be like funnier.
Yeah, the climax of this movie is kind of hysterical. I think I'm just gonna say okay, so basically Nate Bargatze destroys his house because he bought his kid a horse and the horse just runs through the house and just fucks everything. And then Nate destroys it by kicking a ball and like sets off this Rube Goldberg thing that like just knocks the entire roof down. They're like, okay, my wife has to do a presentation at my home to get the last bit of her business off the ground. This is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna have my dad pick her up. She is not going to recognize her own father-in-law picking her up from the airport. We are going to take Colin Jost's house, all the furniture and pictures and shit from our house into that house, even though the house looks completely different. It's from an entirely different neighborhood. And then she's gonna do the video without noticing. We're gonna reveal what happened. She's not even gonna care that the house is destroyed. Okay, so obviously the wife instantly father-in-law.
I think it's funnier too. Just now thinking about it, like he could have sent the DoorDash guy to get her.
Yes! He could have literally done anything else but sent his dad. So she's like, what are you doing here? He drives them to the house. She's like, this is not my fucking house. Like, because it looks nothing like their house. Like, oh man. This movie is weirdly kind of like, it's way more amusing than to be in this, like, why does this movie exist? Why did this come out in 2026? I would recommend maybe grabbing a buddy to watch it because Greg and I did have a good time watching this movie. Yeah, it's like a 4 out of 10 with a heart for me. It's entertaining enough just by how stupid it is.
That's the Breadwinner. My movie this week is a lot gayer.
Gayer than Nate Bargatze?
I don't know about that.
So my movie was Heartstopper Forever, which is basically the finale film to the Heartstopper series. The Heartstopper series is about these two boys in high school. They meet, they like each other, they kiss each other, they're gay for each other. That is the main premise of the show, that they are gay for each other. Now, this is like a new school year where they're like Nick's about to go off to university, and Charlie is staying and being head boy and shit. Kit Connor and Joe Locke, those are the main. Those are Nick and Charlie. Those are, as throughout the whole of the series, they've been very good as Nick and Charlie. William Gow, who plays Tao, is very good. Yasmin Finney, who plays a trans girl called Elle. Also, the whole like vibe is kind of just warm, cozy. I know some people say it's a bit too cheesy sometimes, but like, you know, we need a bit of cheese sometimes, and I like a bit of cheese. It was sad that Olivia Colman didn't come back for the finale, because like she did play Nick's mother in the first season. She was incredible in the first season. I love Olivia Colman. She's such a gem whenever she's on screen. So yeah, I was a bit sad that she didn't come back, but the lady that took over, she did a very good job. I feel I do like that they keep doing all the like leaves and like drawn parts of the show, where they'll have like a leaf fly out or like sparks come from like someone's hand as they touch like hands together, to show like, you know, the vibe, the connection. I will say this film did feel a bit more adult than the last season. So season 3 did have a lot more like sexual type scenes in it because they are growing up. That stuff happens, but there is definitely a lot more of it in the latest film. Because like well, not even just a lot more of it. The scenes are a lot more. Well, not a lot. They're a bit more graphic. They're not a lot more graphic. It's not that graphic. Which is good for like a cozy thing. You don't need it to be fucking. You don't need to see all the details. What I mean by you can tell the difference is like the series is rated 12 here in the UK, and the film is a 15 for language and sex, which again, it makes sense. They do say the F word a lot more in this film as well. They were like, you know what, fuck it, we're ending on a high note. But yeah, I feel like this is the type of movie that should have kind of come out during Pride Month, TBH. But honestly, this could have come at any time of the year, and I would have been extremely excited for it. Some of the supporting characters, they were good in the show. They're good here. Kizzy Edgell as Darcy, Toby Donovan as Isaac, Jenny Walsher as Tori Spring. There's too many like side characters that are just like very good. The thing about this universe as well, it's not like Nick and Charlie aren't the only gay people in the school. Like everybody's fucking gay at this point. Everybody is like part of the LGBT. There's like a lesbian couple, there's like a bi people, there's trans people. Everyone's there.
Everyone is here.
There's even gay teachers as well. But yeah, if you really enjoy the show, I mean, what are you doing? Not what you should have already watched it at this point. But if you like kind of watch a cozy gay series and season finale, which is a film, I would highly recommend Heartstopper. It's very cozy. It's very British in it. Hopefully that doesn't put people off.
You. Just kidding.
I gave it a 10 out of 10. I cried because I'm a little pussy ass bitch. But yeah, I won't spoil it though, of course. Hee hee.
No spoilers.
The show is like each season is about 4 hours. So it's kind of easy to just like it's three seasons, that is 12 hours for the series, and then this movie is about 2 hours, so altogether it's a 14-hour commitment if you want to watch it all. Very, very good, very highly recommend. Especially if you're into the gay. If you're into the gay, if you're into the gay, it's a must watch. But yeah, that's Heartstopper Forever. And my gay ass liked it. But let's get into the predictions. No pun intended. Let's transition. Grug, what is your top 5?
And number 1, I have Spider-Man: Brand New Day, in which I put the very specific number of holy fuck, because that's probably going to be all of us after seeing whatever this does. I put 306.7 mil, of course. And number 2, we have get these beggars out of here at 49.67 mil. That's the Odyssey for people who haven't seen it. Number 3, Toy Story 5, 5.87 million. Maui, bad wig movie. Number 4, nothing. Is going to make nothing. It'll make 4.98 mil, which I mean, with this budget, it's basically nothing. And number 5, Minions 3 with 4.91 mil.
Okay, Jonathan, what's your top 5?
All right, Brand New Day, 310 mil. Odyssey, 53 mil. Toy Story, 5.9. Minions, 5.2. Moana, 4.6. That's what I got.
So me, I have Spider-Man Brand New Day at 316.7. The Odyssey at 45.01. Toy Story 5 at 5.79. Minions y Monstras at 5.36. and then Moana at 4.79. Yeah, I think Moana is gonna hopefully crash and burn this weekend.
Hopefully, I'll make nothing, like I said.
But yeah, those are our top 5 predictions for the week, and I think that's all we've got. So, thank you everyone for listening. I've been Dan. I've been joined by Jonathan.
I've been Johnson.
Yeesh, and Grug.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.